Spencer Ross was one step forward, and I hope you're doing well. I hope you've been doing good. It's been, I was reminded that summer's coming up. Used to work at a school, and so you very much know the seasons because, with little kids, you've got September, you've got October, you got November, you got December, and you get January. So there's themes for those months. And when you're working in a classroom, you're reminded of those things. Like, hey, it's September, it's the beginning of the school year, or whatever, it's Halloween. So you're reminded of the seasons going by, of the year going by. And I have a new job, and that doesn't happen anymore. So sometimes it seems like everything's blending together. But I've been reminded that summer's coming up. So I hope your spring has been good. How you doing on your New Year's resolutions? I'm doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. Not perfect, but I'm doing pretty good. I'm better than last year. So I'll take it. Right? Let's take those little steps. Let's keep building on some things. Let's keep with that positivity, and let's keep moving forward. Honor. Honor. The word honor. So, Merriam Webster, honor, the noun. And when I was looking this up, I forgot that it is broken up into two things. There's a noun part and there's a verb part. I'm not taking everything from the definition of honor, whether it's the noun or the verb, because not everything applies. But I do want to give what the definition is. So, noun, good name or public esteem, so like reputation. Showing respect, honor someone. So, when I am looking up something or I quote something, I give the people who put the work into putting what a noun is together on a page so that I could use it later to talk about it. I should give them respect. If I am talking about a scientific study, I should quote some of the people who are in, not some of the people, I should quote the people who did the scientific study. When I wrote my book, I had the opportunity to say that you can use all of it, you can use none of it, and I just said, hey, anybody can use anything however they want. If they give me credit, I don't remember exactly how I put it, but it'd be nice to get credit. But I was just hoping to write a book so people could be better leaders. My brother wrote a book. He wrote pretty much the same things, like, hey, go ahead and use it. You don't have to ask me for copyright. You can just go ahead and use it. He wanted people to be better in what they were doing. But that's kind of what it means. Keen sense of ethical conduct, integrity, one's word given as a guarantee of performance. All right. So we've got the noun part. And, when we're thinking of words, we're not walking around going, what's a light bulb? A light bulb is, and then we do the noun. We usually just see what a light bulb is. So I have this little circle thing, and it projects light towards me so that it makes the shadows pretty much the same on me, so it looks uniform. But we're not thinking of the definition of light bulb. We just think of a light bulb, right? So when we're in leadership and we're doing stuff, it's good to go back to the basics and remember what the word is. Verb. Honor as a verb. To regard or treat someone with admiration and respect, to regard or treat with honor. So I'm going to talk about Vegas a little bit. When I was dealing with law enforcement, I respected them because of the uniform that they wear. The gentleman that walked up in civilian clothes, I wouldn't have known he was law enforcement. He looked like a guy like me. But he identified himself as a sergeant. Okay, so I gave him respect. The other officers there gave him respect. They didn't need to see his uniform. They knew his title. So they gave him respect. My boss at work, I give him respect. He's a cool guy, but I give him respect because he's my boss. Yeah, he's a cool guy. And the first time I met him, there was this guy sitting down in a chair outside my office, and I asked if he needed help. It was very early, and he was just sitting there. I'd never seen someone sit there before. There was a chair there. But no one sit there before, and maybe he was lost. Maybe he needed help. Sir, my name is Spencer Ross. Can I help you? Yes, I'm so and so. I'm blah. Oh, okay, cool. Nice to meet you. Yes, you're locked out because you haven't been given a key yet. All right. And so I got him in the office. I showed him around. Did I need to do that? No. No. I wanted him to have a better experience at work. He didn't know where to go. He couldn't get in the door. He didn't know where his office was. I introduced him to people. Why? Because I was nice. Did I have other stuff to do? Yeah. But I wanted to regard or treat someone with respect. And it would be respectful if I was in his shoes to not just let him sit there, to not greet him, right? It would be respectful to greet someone, to get him in the door, to get him to his office. He couldn't sign, maybe he could sign on. I don't know. I left him in his office. I don't know if he signed on or not, but did as much as I could. I saw another guy. Hey, the new guy's here. Oh, okay, cool. So he could introduce himself as well. I respected that person. All right. To live up or to fulfill terms of commitment. So, to live up to or fulfill the terms of blank, to honor a commitment. So you said you're going to do something, you do it. All right. So we're going to talk about a couple things. Good name or public esteem, reputation. When I was in Vegas, I got pulled out of line. That was embarrassing, right? I thought something was wrong, and then they were saying I was wrong, but I'm not going to talk about that. But it was embarrassing, right? My good name, my public esteem had been damaged a little bit because other people are watching, like, ooh, what's going on over there? Oh, it looks like he's in trouble. Why is he in trouble? I don't know. He did something wrong. He must have done something wrong, right? We see someone on the side of the road. I was driving Friday, and there were a bunch of motorcycle cops out. And I don't think they were having just a time of just standing there writing something down with someone pulled over. I don't think that's a good thing. We don't normally think like, yeah, he's just saying hi. No, he's probably giving them a ticket. Bunch of motorcycle cops out on Friday. Okay. So sometimes we assume, wrong or rightly, that they're in trouble because they did something wrong. Or we hate cops and the cop is always wrong. Who knows? But rumors can damage a good name or public esteem. When I'm talking about Vegas, I'm not going behind anyone's back. Yes, I am talking about them. But I'm not slandering them. I'm not making stuff up. I'm not when somebody gossips. You're in the lunchroom. Hey, did you hear about Sally? Yeah, man. She was drinking. She got a DUI. Does anybody need to know that? What is the point of me talking about Vegas? The point of me talking about Vegas is to teach some lessons, to stay calm, cool, and collected. When someone insults you, if you get called names, I got called names. Okay, there's a time to respond in silence, there's a time to respond in words, and there's a time to respond in actions. I did all that at certain times in what I felt was the best way. I've talked about my story. It was very nerve-wracking. It was scary. I know I've been told that a man never gets scared, and I've been told that girls never get scared. So I guess I'm the only one with courage around here. But hey, I have courage. I went through it. I was as brave as I could. I felt I did a good job. I did not get arrested. I presented my case as best and as calmly as I could. They insulted me. I ignored it at times, and I addressed it at other times. Someone told me that if he was ever pulled out of line by a cop, he'd swing at the cop. Well, I wasn't thinking about it at the time, but I was trying to stay calm. And by me staying calm, help them to calm down. They're humans. Sometimes we forget we're working with humans and they have emotions too. If you just arrested someone for trying to rob a place, you're going to be a little bit intense. You're going to be a little bit amped up. You're going to be looking around, and maybe someone who's lost is going to look a little suspicious. Well, that's true. I worked at a school, and people who were lost looked suspicious. They're looking around everywhere. I don't know where they're going. People with mental health issues, they look suspicious. They're looking around. They're doing odd things than someone just walking down the street. It happens. So what do? Do we respect them? Or do we insult them? Do we make fun of them? Do we help them? Somebody was lost at work. And so I went up. They appeared to be lost. I went up. Hi, my name is Spencer Ross. I said who I was and who I worked for. Can I help you? Yes, I'm lost. I'm trying to get to so and so. Oh, okay, cool. Let's go over here, because I didn't know where that person was. Let's go over here and they'll be able to help you in Spanish or English or Russian. My friends were helping some guys in Russian. They got their phones out and they were doing Translate. They had iPhones. I almost said Google Translate. They were showing that person respect. They didn't automatically judge that person as a threat. They were aware of what was going on. They were concerned. They were doing security. They stopped the person from trying to enter the building, and the person was lost. They weren't harsh with them. They handled it in an appropriate professional way, and they got the guy some information as best they could. And the guy was able to have a better day because they respected him. That goes to your good name. That goes to your reputation. I can tell that story now, and it's a positive story, right? Cool. In Vegas, I have a positive outcome. For a moment there, when I was pulled out of line, my good name was possibly tarnished. Should I be focused on that? No. I should not be focused on it. Why? Is that not important? Will that hurt me getting a job later? Will that hurt me keeping a job? Possibly. Yes. Good, valid questions. Very good, valid questions. I was listening to a thing about, hopefully YouTube doesn't block this video, suicide. And sometimes people can get so amped up in the moment that they forget all the stuff around. So let's stay calm. Yes. Can that damage my reputation? Yes. Okay. What can I do about it? Stay calm, cool, and collected. Answer their questions as best as possible. Address the name calling. Address the rumors that they're starting. And be as truthful as possible. Be quiet when I need to be quiet. Let them calm down. Keep myself calm. And then I don't get arrested, right? I get, hey, sir, can we put this gentleman back in line? We pulled him out by mistake. And get me back in line. And everyone goes, oh. Now, the lady at the front desk gave me a hard time the rest of the night, but you can only do so much. Showing respect, honor someone. So when those officers walked up to me, I showed them respect because they're wearing a uniform. My parents taught me, talking to a cop, show them respect. That doesn't mean they're perfect, but I do need to show them respect. My boss, show him respect. When he calls, I try to answer. They needed someone to do, I was working late, they needed someone to show up early in the morning. I took that. Why? I knew nobody else on the team wanted to do it. Okay, but it's our job. Okay, so someone needs to do it. All right, so I'll volunteer for it. Hey guys, I'm the new guy. I'll go ahead and do it. While I was there, the person I was supposed to meet didn't see the email that I was supposed to meet, that we were going to meet at that time. So I followed up with her. I didn't know that. I followed up with her. She called me back like, hey, I didn't see it. I'm really sorry. Did I yell at her? Did I treat her poorly on the phone? No. I said, oh, okay. Yeah. Well, what works best for you? I'm sitting in the place. It will take her 2.5 hours to get to me. Okay, well, maybe Monday works. Maybe Tuesday works. Friday works for me because I'm sitting in the building. I have other stuff to do, so I can use that time wisely. But I was nice to her. Why? Did she deserve it? She was late. And if they're late, let's calm down. I don't like saying that too much, but hey, let's take it in perspective. She missed it. We're human. It's okay. But Spencer, she was late. She disrespected you. Okay, water off the back, man. It's all right. Water off the back. Someone insulted my boss. I did not respond. Why? I should be standing up for people, right? People are speaking bad. He's big enough to handle it. When I had a young lady as a boss, she was big enough to handle it too. I did not need to go around chasing every rumor down, trying to protect their good name. They were amazing enough without me defending them at every moment. There are times to step up, and there are times to just be quiet and just know that someone's angry about something for some reason, and we just let it go. But when I honor my boss, or I honor the person who I'm supposed to meet, I can be nice. That's a way of showing honor. Well, okay, if it isn't a problem, can we meet today? Because I did set up my schedule for this to work better today. Okay, I will be there in 2.5 hours. All right. Well, we had another task to do. So I ran around and I nailed that task. 100%. Not only did I get a list, I checked the list. Good to go. I met some new people. I need to work on some relationship with some people because they don't know who I am, even though I identify myself. All right. I've got a task. I want a better relationship with them. So I'm going to meet them next week. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a challenge. Don't know why it is. It shouldn't be, in my opinion. It's against policy, but it is what it is. So I am going to respect them. I am going to honor them and work on building that relationship. Why? Because I want to be a good leader. I want to not have that strife in my life. I don't want that aggravation of going to work and having someone go after me, or someone being so nervous about my presence. I'm just counting trash cans. I counted trash cans for an hour and a half. Yes, you might laugh. I counted trash cans for an hour and a half. I did that a whole bunch of places. The first place was the biggest one, but I counted trash cans. That is the task. State law. That's the reason why I'm counting trash cans. It has to do with state law. It's not just Spencer's making it up. State law requires us to have these trash cans. I'm counting trash cans. Why some people gave me a hard time about it, I don't know. But I'm going to respect them, be patient with them as much as possible, because I do need to get the task done, right? Some people will try to stop you from doing your task. You be calm, cool, and collected with them, and you work through it with them. You answer their questions. You explain yourself. You identify yourself. It might have to take 2 or 3 times. They might give you a hard time every single question, but then you get an opportunity to keep building that relationship down the road. Sometimes you're not going to make everything work in the first meeting. Keen sense of ethical conduct, integrity, given one's word as a guarantee of performance. My boss doesn't care when I show up to work, but he does care if I make it to the meetings on time. He does care about that. So when that meeting was set up for Friday at 8 o'clock in the morning, and I had to leave my house at 4, no, I woke up at 4, I got home at 1:30, went to bed at 2, woke up at 4, left the house at 5. Oh, it was a very hard day. But does he care that I only had 2 hours of sleep and to use that as justification for being mean or rude? No, he does not. He expects me cool, calm, and collected, professional, a help to everyone I meet, whether I have 2 hours of sleep or no hours of sleep. I was teaching Sunday school, fifth and sixth graders, and they were saying, "Oh, it depends on how much sleep you get." I was like, "No, it does not. It does not." I have a buddy, went to join the Navy, got drunk the night before. He was assigned a job. They retest you medically when you get when you're checking in. He did not get the job he qualified for originally because he was so tired and hungover. It affected his performance on the medical test. He had a good time. He's got lots of fun stories, but sometimes those bonuses are affected because you decided to let lack of sleep impact you. There is a impact from that, but you still need to be professional. You still need to be calm, cool, and collected. You still need to be nice to people. If you're having trouble thinking, write it down. Make a list. It's okay to make a list. I was in Bible study, and a guy was talking about bribes and corruption, and it's something I've dealt with, and it's hard. It is hard when people in your organization are taking bribes or giving bribes, and he was talking about it's pervasive in his environment. Is it pervasive in yours? Bribes are an effective way to get a contract. They're also illegal, and a good leader does not do it. What did we learn about in Iraq and Afghanistan? Just reading the government accountability reports, reading the news. They said corruption was rampant in both countries. Bribes, both countries. Are you taking bribes? Then stop. Just stop. Don't take them anymore. Someone comes to work tomorrow for the bribe that you've already agreed on. Say, "Sir, I'm sorry, I cannot accept that." And do not accept bribes anymore. Now, I worked at an elementary school. Kids bribing me with cookies all the time. That's not what I'm talking about, right? Walking by, the mom grabs you like, "Spencer, have you had lunch yet? Come on, you work so hard for us. Let's just put a whole bunch of food." And the moms are just fighting about putting food on the plate, and you got this plate. It's full of this amazing food, and you're just like, I had a task to do, but go ahead and eat the food. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about what we all know is wrong, and that is changing the ability for people to evenly go for a job. If you've got 4 groups going for a painting job, standing in the garage and or whatever room you're in, "Hey, I need this room painted," and someone says, "Hey, if you give me this job, I will give you $1,000 back." Just putting it out there. Do you report that? Do you tell that person, "Hey, you're not on the bid list anymore"? Do you take that money? No, you don't take that money anymore. Stop doing the wrong thing. That goes to you, that goes to your honor, that goes to your good name. If it's pervasive, are you going to be that one guy or that one young lady who stands above the rest and doesn't take the money? Yes, you are, because you're amazing. "Yeah, but I've got bills." I know. We all do. And I don't know your specific situation. Please be strong. Don't take the bribe. To regard or treat someone with admiration or respect, and regard or treat them with honor. Talked about that one. To live up to fulfill the terms of a commitment or to honor a commitment. So, when I was in Vegas, I had that interaction with law enforcement. That was rough. I'm not gonna lie. It took me 2 hours to go to sleep because I was so amped up. Okay, yes, I did have a positive ending, but it was not a positive experience. I did not enjoy it. I do not want to go through it again. I did a good job. Okay, cool. The next morning, my alarm went off. I was tired. I wanted to slap that thing. I don't want to go. I'm frustrated. I'm tired. So I got in, I think I was in Vegas at 10:30, 11 o'clock. Checked in. Let's say I got to my room. Let's say I got there at 10:30. So I got to my room at 11. It took me 2 hours to go to sleep. So that's one. Again, another night of little bit of sleep. I'm going to go to a conference. I'm going to pay attention to speakers. Yes, I am. Why? Because I went to it for self-improvement. They were talking about investing in a certain way. I wanted to go to it so I could improve. I made a commitment to myself to go. As you go through this week, are you making commitments and following through them? If you had an idea for a New Year's resolution, awesome. There was a reason why you had that idea. Let's get that done. Okay, so you haven't been good for a month. Restart it. Restart that New Year's resolution. I don't care if you're watching this video on December 1st. Restart those New Year's resolutions. Go get them out and restart them. Make that commitment stick. Go to that conference that you went to. If something outside of you happens, okay. I told my soccer girls and I told my soccer boys, hey guys, we'll play anybody on any field, anywhere, at any time. It's a little redundant, anywhere, on any field. Yeah, okay. I was excited. You don't have to be perfect. You gotta try. And I believe in you. Do you believe in you? Sometimes it's hard to believe in ourselves because life is hard. There are hard things that you're going to do. Yes, that's awesome. That's what a leader does. If someone's harassing you at work, try to help them have that conversation, see the error of their ways. Hey, you're harsh with me. You're nice to Sally and you're nice to Bobby, but you're harsh with me. Is there something I can do? Something? If you need to do paperwork, do that. But get it resolved. You can do it. I believe in you. But Spencer, you don't know me. You're right, I don't. I'm talking to a camera and I make these videos for you and for me because I re-listen to them. I listen to them to make sure I don't say anything dumb, and a couple times I do and I have to make corrections. But I also listen to them the next day to make sure that it plays on YouTube correctly because one time it did not. So I study it, I give the video, I listen to it, and I listen to it again. And sometimes I need encouragement. You are amazing because you act amazing. So as you go through this week, follow through with your commitment. If you say you're going to go to work tomorrow, go to work tomorrow. If you're having trouble getting outside of the house, talk to someone. If you're having trouble with a person, talk to someone about how you can interact with that person. Getting a mentor is not a bad thing. Talking to a counselor is not a bad thing. You are amazing. You can do it. Honor yourself. If you've got time, I did a visitation yesterday. I'm not perfect. I showed up. I needed to wait 10 minutes for a personal reason. It was just, I need to wait. That's all I'm going to say. So I'm waiting in the house. I could have sat there and did nothing. There was a young lady. I don't know when the last time someone's come and visited her. I talked to her. I honored her. I respected her. Is anybody going to know that? Well, Spencer, you're bragging about it now. Yes and no. I'm talking about it not to say, look at me, but to give you an example. Let's not be negative with things. Let's look at the positive examples around us and say, that's awesome. She could do it. That's motivating. I can do it too. He can do it. We can do it. Lastly, this video is going a little long, and that's okay. Honor, as the noun or the verb. Elections are coming up. There's some elections that's already happened. I think India just had their elections as I'm recording this video. I don't remember if it was last week or the week before. As I'm reading the news, people are talking about fake news. We'll just use that term. Election interference, fake news. There's a term I'm missing. But if we read something, let's go ahead and read another article somewhere else. Let's see if they conflict. So maybe if I read something on Fox News, I read something on CNN. Maybe if I read something on Al Jazeera, I'll read something on BBC to see if they're pretty close. Because I don't want to start rumors. Why? Because that would damage my good name, my reputation. Why? Who cares? Because when I say it, it lends weight to that rumor. I watch Ryan Macbeth. He's amazing. He talks about this stuff often. About people putting disinformation, that's the word I was looking for, the term I was looking for. Disinformation, whether it's about Gaza, whether it's about stuff in America, stuff in South America, Africa. So we've been reading some stuff about Africa recently. And I like watching a lot of news for stuff around the world, but I also like reading it. A lot of disinformation is coming out, whether it's Ukraine, whether it's coups in Africa. There are many different sides to a story. And are we making sure that we're doing everything possible? We can read for 1,000 years and not get all the correct information. But are we doing a reasonable amount of research to get the right information? So that when we have a conversation, whether on video or in person or posting something, we are not spreading disinformation. Let us do a good job on it. In 2016 and 2020, I believe they put out reports about disinformation. I did not see any of those ads. I had to look them up because I didn't know. I knew what people were talking about. I just didn't know how it related. And so I looked up. I didn't see any of those ads. Some people did. Some people responded in certain ways that they might not do again, hopefully. A good leader does not spread rumors. A good leader does not take bribes. A good leader is patient with people. You get 2 hours of sleep, you get 2 hours of sleep. I believe in you. I do. Do you believe in yourself? As you take a step this week, please, let's fulfill our commitments that we've made. Whether it's to be a good leader, to be a good brother, be a good husband, be a good wife, be a good sister, be a good daughter, be a good niece. Spencer Ross is one step forward, and have a great week.